To all the new people playing Animal Crossing, there's a little message that I've been asked to pass along to you. We need to teach you some etiquette. Let's go. What is up, everybody? Bobby here, the Nintendo Guru, and today in this video we're gonna spit some actual factuals, man. We're gonna hit people where it hurts. We're just gonna explain the etiquette of Animal Crossing because there's so many new people playing that I feel like this probably shouldn't have to be told. But the thing is the old timers just expect the newbies to understand this stuff, and the newbies don't know what's going on, and that's understandable. So I figured, why not sit here and explain to you guys what's expected and not expected when you come to someone's town in Animal Crossing New Horizons. It's real simple. So let's just start with some basics and some easy things. Don't run through flowers.
Please don't walk in the flowers. Please, dude, please don't stop. Please. What the don't run through the flowers?
Running through flowers is like a cardinal rule sin. Like, nobody wants to spend all their money on bells and on flowers and the time it takes to plant them and water them and do all the stuff you need to do just for someone to run through and bulldoze them and wreck them. Man, it is, especially hybrids. Oh, man, if you run through some hybrids, there can be, like, I could see the death penalty getting issued on you for that. Like, that is brutality. Like, nobody wants to be that person's friend. Like, you will definitely get shunned. If you don't want to end up in the Facebook groups where people are like, hey guys, don't let this person come to your town, that's the prime way to do it if you want to end up like there. If you want to get there, just run through somebody's hybrids and just wreck them all, because you'll be there.
Well, do you want to explain to me where the all my money went on the money trees? Really? Really? That's what we're doing here?
This is another thing that just blows my mind that people are actually doing, and I don't understand it. I understand the difference between, like, maybe you just don't know and maybe you're just rude and ignorant. But, like, man, don't touch the money trees. If you see trees with bells on them, leave them alone. They're not for you. The person that has them is doing a couple of things. Either one, they're just saving them to when they really need money. Or B, they like the aesthetic of them and they want that tree particularly where it is at that particular time. Because here's the thing. Money trees only grow where the spots are. Then when it's full grown, you could transplant it, of course, but, like, they might like it in the particular spot it is. And it took them time, and it cost them money, real money, in order to do this. Don't be that person. Don't roll in there when you're supposed to be selling turnips, and you're basically stealing money trees. Like, it's not okay. It's really not okay. So we need to curtail that a little bit and back that down, people.
Sure, you could just take all my fucking fruit. Why not? You're Jesus, what the...
While we're on the object of trees, fruit trees, do the respectable thing. Ask somebody if you are allowed to take their supplies, fruit trees, branches, any of that stuff. Ask them first. Don't just take it upon yourself to run around and start picking stuff up and shaking trees. Because here's the thing. A, you don't know. Maybe those trees are for their money. Maybe that's not their native fruit. So if you say to somebody like, hey man, can I get some fruit? They might say to you like, hey, don't touch these, but you know what? I have a whole section over here. You can have those. Or they might say to you like, well, what's your native fruit? Oh, we have the same native fruit. You know what? You can shake a couple of these trees over here. People are very giving and kind in Animal Crossing. That's the one thing that's held true and true through the years. But there are some that'll take advantage of that kindness and just be flat out rude. We need to avoid the rudeness. We need to be nicer and caring and kind to each other when we're playing this game, because trust me, when you spend all this time perfecting your town and building your town and growing it and making sure that it's cultivated a particular way, nothing gets you more upset than someone just coming in and just taking the whole town and flipping it upside down.
Don't, stop. That's my favorite villager. Don't hit him with a fucking net. Stop it!
On top of running through flowers, plucking flowers is another no-no. You just ask permission, man. Don't just walk over and pick up somebody's or pluck their flowers. Now, granted, it'll grow back. I get it. I understand. But the problem is like, you just it makes it look ugly for a couple of days, and that bothers people. People with this game creates OCD through and through. So rather than just going through and plucking and pulling stuff apart, just say, man, hey, can I take a couple of these? I want to make a wreath. I want to make a headpiece. Whatever. I need this particular flower. Is it okay? Just ask questions. Don't just assume that it's okay to do all these crazy things. Just ask. It's a professional courtesy. I've let you come into my town. Just be kind and considerate to what I got going on around here and show me what it is. If you see paths on the ground, man, don't kick those paths up. Like, avoid those paths. Now, don't get me wrong. We have the two types of paths. We have the ones that are from Nintendo in our terraforming kit, our construction kit. And then we have the ones that people place that can be kicked up. Stay away from those. Don't be pressing buttons and touching stuff near those, because it'll kick them up. Then that person has to go back later and relay them down. And that is very frustrating. So just be mindful of that, please.
Listen, don't pick up not pick up the branches. I need the branches for later. I gotta make some flimsy stuff. Please, stop. Don't shake. Please, stop. You're supposed to fucking buy something. Just get your stuff and leave.
The final thing that I want to talk about here is turnips. We've been seeing turnip prices going up all over the place. And it is a madhouse, the amount of people trying to get in, to get turnips, to get out. Here's a couple of things. One, be considerate of those around you. Everybody's trying to get in and get out as quickly as possible. So here's a couple of tips. One, if you're going to visit a town and you're waiting in a queue, per se, right? What you need to do is you need to take all your turnips and get them down by the gates, especially if they make multiple trips. If there's people waiting in line, they don't want to wait 30, 40, 50 minutes to run all the way to the back of your town, go in your house, go in the room, pick them all up at the floor, come back out. You're talking about load screens. Let's eliminate the load screens. We can eliminate all that by getting all those turnips down by your gates. And then you can just come in real quick, grab them, and bounce back out, run over, sell them, go back. Also, when you're doing this, just be mindful when you go into the new person's town. Don't tear back and tear up the place as you're going back to get to somebody's nook's cranny to sell. Just be mindful of where you're running and what you're doing. Stay on the paths. Stay on the paths. The other thing that seems to be like very hard-headed that I don't understand, people are up in arms like, oh, I got a tip? You expect a tip? Like, why am I tipping you? This is rude. No, it's rude for you to come to my town when I got turnips selling for a high value. Listen, if I'm sitting here for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4, upwards up to 7, 8 hours, waiting for people to come through, the least you can do is drop a bag of money. The average is typically, most people will say like 10% up to 99,000 bells. That's normal. A lot of people will say like, that's normal and okay. And that's also per trip. So if you come in twice, tip twice. It's the nice thing to do, because at the end of the day, if that person doesn't open their gates to you, you're not going to be able to sell your turnips. Now, look, I understand you have a low amount. That's why we say 10%. But it's just a kind of respectable thing to do. If I'm opening my gates to you, if I'm letting you come into my town, the least you can do is drop a bag of bells to go, thank you for letting me come into your town. I appreciate it. See you later. Now, the final tip I want to throw is just to those that are letting people into your towns. There's a couple of things you can do. If you're worried about people stealing, doing crazy stuff, man, put a fence up. On both sides, a path going from the gates right to your nook's cranny. Now, it's a little bit harder if it's all the way in the back of your map. I get that. But if your nook's cranny's up front, man, just put a little wooden path that goes right to the front door. Let people go right to the front door, get in, buy, get out. I've seen this done by a lot of people. It's actually really cool to see it done. That would be your best way to make sure that nobody destroys anything, nobody steals anything, nobody does things of any sorts. But the fact that you have to even consider that is pretty crappy, let's be honest. So that is all. Thank you guys for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, slap the like button down below. Please share this video wherever you can share it. Facebook, Twitter, wherever, Reddit, I don't care. Just share it with the peeps. Let everybody know about it. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Hit the bell so you know what's going on around here. Follow me Instagram, Twitter, over on Twitch, @Nintendo Gurus. That is all. Peace out, Preston.